Alrighty. Hello, my name's Yael Sagun, and today I will be doing a presentation over gender roles that are presented in To Kill a Mockingbird from chapters 18 to 24. So, gender expectations from the scene in chapter 24, we see how sophisticated and the missionary ladies are and how well portrayed they were acting and talk. This alone creates a vivid image that was presented to someone that was dressed up to the very nines and had a very single manner that was mastered and memorized. So, in other words, we saw that the missionary ladies were very sophisticated, they were well put together. It was a time of age where it seemed that women were very known to make themselves present and look presentable. How did these expectations affect the characters? We see that Scout's reaction to the way the women are presented and how she views herself prior to these conversations. In page 261, we see that Scout is wearing her pink Sunday dress, shoes, and her petticoat. We see that it's something rare for Scout as and makes it unaware and unnormalized that a Scout is in a proper dress. This overall makes her very uncomfortable in our place. As we have seen her, as in today's word, we can say that she is dressed like a tomboyish. Miss Marty shows strong willpower and grit. It understands that Atticus is the reason that there's little town seeing more improvements and darkness that is finally having like light shed. We see at this time that Marty is the one who understands and represents that because of Atticus, there's actually light that's being shed. We are having trials and we are having justice that is being served. The missionary ladies are being very naive. They're very, you could say, blindsided. We see the unfair trial and the death of Robinson as they do not care. They see it as an irregular day. The gender rose in 1930s. Women clothing was heavily influenced by their wage, making their own clothing and learning how to sew and create their own clothing. Women employment was heavily rare as it was most seen as the man would go to work and women would stay at home and take care of the home of the house or children. Women are the main caregivers at this time of era. It is heavy stereotype at this time that a lot of women would stay home. Women must always been presentable. It was seen as a obscure thing for a woman to not be able to look nice or dress nice or look presentable. Men during this time would have troublesome. I guess in this time we could say that men felt very emasculated if they didn't had dominant jobs such as like being a boss or being a supervisor. They were quick to be seen as not worthy or reliable and making income to be a higher authority was all about it, especially in the male society during this time. Gender roles in today's world, men and women stereotypes of the world has changed significantly as we are no longer fighting for what is a man and what a woman or a job's duty strictly is, even though yes, we are still presented in some ways where it is heavily stereotyped, such as it is heavily seen right now that women are allowed to work, but it's also sometimes come down to the point that women are seen as the caregivers at home. Even though a long, stressful day for both a man and a woman, women usually come home and as well take care of the kids. We still have the same norms, which I explained. Scout is heavily known, more open and expressed that women can as well be curious and have curiosity just as boys have with life and outside world. Scout was seen as a tomboy, like I said previously, which back then was not seen like that. It was seen very improper for a girl to try to act, not even act like a guy, but it was to dress like a guy or dress very comfortable or dress more less. I would say that if Mayala and Scout would be living in today's world would definitely be a huge shocker, mostly because we have moved over that time period as it is, as I would say that there's more comfortable and it's more open talk for women to dress more respectfully we're close. It isn't seen more as improper or very sophisticated as how a lot of people would see the way that women dress today, as it is more of a woman's decision on how they want to dress, even though yes, it's still sad that we live in a world where they are being sophisticated or having to have prejudgment, I guess, in a way. I really think the importance of themes in this novel is significant as this novel shows the reality of life in centuries and centuries to come, such as the women tend to be modest and proud, such as the missionary circle, or people that feel they are half and half. The theme of discovering or not understanding why such unwritten rules exist, such as Scout. To be able to question where life decisions are made solely on the sex of a person is a huge, huge deal that we're currently still sadly working on. We have overcame on what is seen normal or non-normal when it comes to gender roles and stereotyping is a heavy one. And it's my work cited. I hope you enjoyed.